Hey, I'm Shania, and here's the thing. I have a lot of clothes. And I'm not just talking about these clothes, I mean I have a lot of clothes. I wouldn't characterize it as a problem. Dr. Phil might, but I at least acknowledge the fact that if I wore at least 70% of these clothes, it wouldn't be that bad. But I don't. So it is. See, I have a habit of buying anything that even remotely sparks joy within my tiny little body. Now, 95% of my clothes come from secondhand. I either use ThredUp, Depop, or I go thrift shopping. But that does not negate the fact that I contribute to overconsumption by a lot. I need to downsize, and I need to downsize now. And so the major downsizing of my wardrobe began. I thought it would make more sense to first organize every piece of clothing I owned. I started with the massive pile on my floor that had been accumulating all my shirts, pants, and sweaters like a well-dressed depression tornado, and I separated that into distinct piles in order to make a foundational base to dump the next few rounds of clothing onto. So what we have here is I have jackets, dresses, skirts, shirts over here, and in this corner right there are my pants. That pile has been on my floor for like the past few weeks, and I just could not bring myself to clean it. Shout out to depression. By the time I was finished with that, I realized that 1, I'm extremely unhealthy because I broke a sweat just from sitting on my floor and separating my clothes, and 2, the amount of clothes was beginning to look a lot less daunting now that I could see them in separated piles. In fact, it was kind of satisfying. So I tossed my hair into a bun, played some videos. In this case, I'm watching one of my favorites, Stephanie Sue, and I went through my clothing rack and the closet in my spare room. All of this is actually my boyfriend's stuff and some prom dresses from high school that I don't think I'll get rid of. Bright peachy orange. This was the one that I paid for like my own money for the first time. I was so proud. I went to Dillard's, I think. This one was my friend's that she let me borrow it, and I just never gave it back. So Madison, if you're watching, I am so sorry. These are just freshly washed, that's why they're on my bed. I promise this is not another depression pile. Now we're tackling the bedroom, starting with this definitely not depressive pile of clothes on the bed before we move on to the clothes in the closet. My bedroom closet is the worst of it all. My boyfriend and I have had to continuously buy new hangers just to compensate for the amount of clothes I was taking in. And the worst part is, not all of my clothes are on hangers. Okay, all that's left is this growing pile of denim up here. I used to have like 2 pairs of pants, but recently I was like, you know what? I need more. Now it's like this. And then down here we just have this tiny little drawer cart. The top one is for, don't look at it. The top one is for my under things, and the 2 bottoms is shirts and skirts. And I want to make it clear that all of this is just like my day wear. This is specifically like for night wear. This is what I wear to bed, stuff like that. My cat is literally on the top ledge right now. Hey, How do you even fit? You want to come down? No? Okay. So this is what we're left with. I'm literally surprised it fits all in one frame. The jackets are the largest of the group, not surprisingly. Skirts and dresses are like the small. Oh my god. So my cat just completely knocked over my mirror and my ring light. And these are the pieces of my ring light that came off. I literally have no idea what I was saying before that happened. I'm just gonna get started. Oh my god. Now, what you've all been waiting for. Drum roll, please. We've reached the ultimate decluttering. Before I began the video, I sketched out some preliminary guidelines to follow when I got to this section. For dresses and skirts, the item has to be comfortable, an appropriate length, doesn't ride up, and fits my body type. My most worn items are dresses and skirts, so how they make me feel is very important. I don't want to fret about the length or tightness when I'm outside. This dress, for instance, is perfect. The perfect length, the perfect fit, and it's just really adorable. For jeans and pants, the item has to have a long inseam so the hem falls past my ankle or at least to my ankle. It also has to preferably be high-waisted and comfy around my waist. These are my example jeans, the pair of jeans that every other jeans wish they were. For shirts, the item has to be the right fit, the right length, and the right sleeve length. I don't like sleeveless items unless I can layer them because it's one of the many things that trigger my body dysmorphia. My criteria for sweaters and jackets are a little more lax. This category is gigantic and I'm afraid all the items will fit my criteria if I try hard enough. So the rules for this section is simple. Does it spark joy? I also added on a maximum number of 4 sweaters and jackets, but I mean, that's a little, it's just too soon, you know? Like, what if I get cold? What if my arms need covering, you know? This gigantic mammoth is what we're left with, that we're getting rid of. And it looks so small on camera, but here's my foot for size. Does that make it any better? And here is what we're keeping. Here is the final product. I ended up getting rid of 4 bags worth of clothes during this declutter, and all 4 bags are still stacked against my wall as I edit this, but I absolutely love the result. My closet spaces are so much more roomier now, which I'm sure my boyfriend appreciates. Maybe he'll buy himself some extra clothes since we have such a void here. It's also been easier to pick out outfits because every piece of clothing I have is now on display. If you've been putting off a closet declutter, I wholeheartedly suggest you get in there and get it done. Your brain will thank you, and I'm sure some donation centers will certainly thank you as well. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next episode.